Hi guys, welcome back. I decided that before I get into telling you about raising Liam and my discovery of him having tics, I'll give you a little backstory. This is Liam, of course, and you will see him pop in and out from time to time. He's attached to me like my second layer of skin, and that's just what it is, okay? So I have two boys. My oldest one is 8. He also is a spectrum baby. So he actually opens my eyes to autism up close and personal. Once I had Liam, however, I had no earthly clue that he would be a spectrum baby because a lot of his milestones, he actually targeted fast. By the time he was 10 months, he was walking, he was moving about the way, he was, putting puzzle pieces together. Like, he was really going for it. The only thing that really brought my attention to something was the fact that he wasn't talking. He wasn't saying mommy and daddy. He was cooing, he was babbling, but there were no words. And so once he turned 1, I had him evaluated by his pediatrician, who then referred us to the specialist. And of course, we went through the testing phase and everything. And by the time he was 1.5, he had a diagnosis. As he got older, of course, those diagnoses changed because you get to really see him in his entirety as he grows. And so we've been dealing with this since he was 1.5. However, he was, we had him in speech. Been in speech. He's been in occupational therapy for simple things like picking up a fork and spoon. It took him forever to feed himself. Little things like that. He refused to touch certain things, even with food, like textures. Like, it was just like, yeah. So at that point, we really knew that he was on the spectrum. He has been doing well, but when he turned about 3, we started dealing with something, what they call oppositional defiance. So Liam has a very strong personality. He is stubborn and he stands his ground. Like, he does not back down. He does not. But to get him through school every day, we gave him a little bit of aggression medicine, and he's been on risperidone. And then the other issue that Liam has is that he does not sleep straight through the night. So we had to put him on clonidine because the house needed peace and we needed rest. And so because he's been on those medications since he was 3, he was doing fine. He was doing good. Up until last year, August, his pediatrician decided that, the risperidone side effects is that you eat a little bit too much. And he was literally eating every 30 minutes to an hour, to the point where he started throwing up because he was eating so much. And so I had to literally tell him no and put him on time restraints and intervals of when he could have his next set of food. And so because of that, his pediatrician decided that he would take him off that medication and put him on something new. So we went through the coming off of that one, going on to the new medication. I did not like the new medication because the new medication made him zombified. And so I was like, you know what? I don't like this. I'm not going to make him zombie. I want him to be in his natural state. I want him to be his natural person. And so I decided that we were just going to leave him off of the other medication altogether. And I was like, I'm just going to detox him for a while, give his body a break, and then we'll go back to the risperidone, because as much as he may eat with it, it works best for him. And so that is where our journey began to discovering that we had tics once we change medications. So in my next video, I will start the journey of how we found out he had tics.